is the science saying? Professor Smart Sarpong, for how long are they why this we take up this project?
Yeah, Akofi, me do ase pa echia minuanum akese mienu a mo studio. Demand the no one 87.9 make us say who chinchin ni bia necessarily for the political but
you are working on other
data analysis so demand the no one to the bia etimi gina djuma foforo bi so e de other interesting search to see say bia adi ntino emu an egusun kakra echin bia kama in fact there were some constituencies or regions are not for me interesting in respect of this conversation
I see
the basis are that Udu constituencies we say are for me it wouldn't make any research interest to investigate that constituency
okay okay
those places as a researcher I don't actually you find the constance you don't take in constance doesn't mean ubi abetuama but likely say hodie you can predict a win so
okay
I don't disturb my mind on that Oshe Northeast for example na super delegates conference August 26 ubinya 100%. I don't see the reason why
waste the time
interest to go there because he win 87.9 there were only about 5 regions that were interesting in respect of who is likely to win. In fact, the regions are distributed as follows. From May, March,
but they already send the Evans and one in the be projected and further
and for now.
Okay.
But I may refer to another information. It's just in a document form, not in a picture form. But me imagine out of the 17 regions, my friend is 17 because national head office and so to say a region and it's a in those regions 8 of them an area and so interesting in respect of what the likely outcome will be or who is likely to win that region. Northeast, Northern, Upper East, Ashanti, Bono, Eastern, Upper West, Volta. And the little preliminary investigation suggests that in these regions there will be a clear winner.
Okay.
There will be a clear winner.
Northeast,
Ashanti,
Northern proper,
Upper East, Upper West.
East. That's the 5 regions, you know.
It's 5. No, there will be 5 regions, you know, but
out.
Savannah out of many areas of Adino, where I think there's a clear Savannah is not part of it. Savannah was category 2. Category 2 now open.
Okay.
Regions Makumako 5.
Okay, but page our microphone
regions Makumako 5. Fantastic. And the constituencies are category 2. No?
Okay.
Omonomu ye Western region, Savannah, Bono East, the national head office itself, and then Western
head office has about 430
436 or so
delegates and a better okay.
Say abroche for no ni ade nyina akoka ho for me one ade ntino. Then there is the last category of ade eno so no ebenya a clear winner nessa Western North Oti, Greater Accra, Central and Ahafo.
We'll get a clear winner.
Yeah, no, I mean, you say it depends on who the candidate we are discussing. For one of the candidates, the last set of regions is going to be good for him.
Okay.
The regions include Ahafo, Central, Greater Accra, Oti, Western Oti. 4 regions.
I
mean, I didn't actually do a study on who will you vote for.
Okay.
Now it was about the elements that the party needs.
Okay.
Elements are party ni here you be or a unifier.
Okay.
And a perceived unifier.
And he will point us near there.
My point is the general issue near elements the party may need.
That they may need.
Pointer number 1. Who is a unifier?
Who is a unifier?
But
what sample size you say?
Sample size in them you see nipa 1,500 and I say I didn't 15,000. 15,000. I mention exact figure and my one of the gender no.
Okay.
O combine female gender.
Mami gender. Mami gender.
O combine female ni male no. Obenya 15 I think 595.
You projected gender earlier. Quick one.
We are unifier.
Yeah, get me the gender. You projected gender. Okay.
Into so 15.
Okay.
595.
Okay. Into about
15,595.
Okay.
Female male ratio.
15,000 out of 200 and something thousand.
And if I was going to do prediction of who is going to win,
okay,
I would have been mindful of elevation factor. I would have been mindful of sampling factor.
Okay,
I would have been mindful of approximation errors.
But because why me say who is going to win?
Yes.
You know. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And usually, in fact, me study nasi ankasane there. People actually volunteered to tell me who they will vote for.
Okay. But then you focus.
But they do baby no. Now, emuye shekakra no. Say super delegates no mad no koyeshi to extend say people were now reluctant in telling who they will vote for. So I pulled off.
Okay,
that sensitive matter. Yeah, I pulled off that sensitive matter, and I took interest in party. No,
okay,
obe promote unity.
Okay, so delegate respond by gender. This is it. Now, the next projection be there. They will be on Facebook page and the TV a bit matters here. The next one I am calling here.
The unifier.
The unifier. Okay, now project unifier. And out of these sides, most unifier percentage.
Yes.
Dr. Bawumia.
This time percentages. And you see, maybe an common and I like it when people subject scientific study to and what is a matter if it is not to be discussed.
Of course.
And maybe me penny but I usually will be a person proof because of knowing what I do. I provide GPS locations, some identifiers. Okay. So that if you really need evidence, I can actually ready. I have done law like so I am ready to defend when they need with GPS location with better further and better particulars. Let me call it that.
So
and these are views from delegates that I spoke to. And I say a subjective view.
Okay.
We cried but nipa nete hono mo na adwene ne say of the candidates. He thinks that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a unifying element, maybe more than Honorable Ken, who is also a unifying element.
But difference in here very
wide. Maybe more than
Dr. Bawumia 69.9%, 70%. Then the Canadian Japan 19.4.
Yeah.
No, 0.4. They say a new 5 in the enfant say 19.
All round things up. But yes. I mean, this is a reflective view of and again in common na mo bonumuna mene minua adwene say subjectivity then but this one is limited to one mo mbeto aba November 4th no ebia anka that of a general we would have seen a closer margin or something different from this but see at the stage MPP do no MPP for no somebody they feel is a unifier.
Okay.
And who Ghanaians, every Ghanaian thinks, and let's not forget MPP for year Ghanaians here. So from there they think that this is the unifying ratio as distributed among the
wow. So who can read Japan as a unifier? Per the statistics, per
the sample I spoke to, this is
this is interesting.
Yeah, and I didn't bother myself with obvious regions and obvious constituencies.
These are out of how many regions?
These are selected 5 regions.
5 regions.
But even the 5 regions, it is not some constituencies will not be of matter of interest to me.
I see.
Because of some obviosity that characterizes Adi. Maybe are not dispersion. They are very great. Said they were having varying views. Western region, 17 constituencies. You can appreciate the data and how they vary among the Western Nekraka. For me, the regions that are open. And I did an advice. I did a lecture on Honorable Ken, and I ended with an advice. So from the distribution, a 50+1. There are some regions that you can get your 50+1.
Okay.
So intensify those regions.
Okay.
And then let's see if the obvious regions for only so the numbers. So all you need is 50 plus a certain one.
It doesn't matter where you get them.
You get them. Beautiful, but I mean, not many believes in science and data. So maybe. My advice will be taken otherwise. So
you will say no everywhere. Yes. Maminya other areas.
Yes. The next one perceived second one Pacho. So
Okay.
Good.
None.
Now where your last one?
Okay.
Second one. So okay, fine. Where so come where third one?
Okay.
But we're going to discuss if this is what
highest chance of breaking the eight for the party.
And it is interesting the way they will pause. No matter your calculation. Oh dear, bet me I say way.
Wow.
Waka. Bet me I say.
Why they bet me the party na break the eight?
And if we observe the trend, the 19.4 was also similar view as to Niawo leadership qualities of the lady party.
Exactly.
But they do have it has moved some percentages up from 19% to 20, almost 27%.
And Bawumia is hovering the same region.
It's hovering the. In fact, I shatter public language. Sorry. I submerge honorable Adeni Mone.
Yeah.
On the bus breaking the 8 I think clearly people don't think honorable Adeni Mo and Dr. Afriya Koto can come anywhere near
totally
honorable Ken and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Wow.
But obviously, people think, higher number of people think that the chances of the MPP in breaking the 8 more higher.
So Kennedy Japan, from the records, I mean, party in Cheddar when you're convinced with Niama Bibri 100.
Yeah, so
in terms of so do breaking the 8, in terms of so unify the party, still they are not convinced about the words and the message or the Kenya.
My closing comments will be say, and then Rameka in profiling him, my comments were that Nanko be here ministerial experience kakra.
Okay.
A Bemano different view of governance.
Okay.
You get. He's a very prosperous, formidable individual businessman. You get it. But governance is another scheme altogether. Enti Emra na ebi amampani kufo no mo mano ministerial appointment ni ade a ono aka me ate say onje ni ade no. Maybe he should have taken at least one of them.
Nanka.
And then Kaoka tourism, developing the country through tourism. And he would have been a tourism minister before and would have had something concrete to form a basis for. At the agro processing, a fantastic views. Me met in the lectures several times. Sometimes I'm in a meeting and he doesn't know I'm in that meeting. I have listened to him properly. He has fantastic ideas, but and random RGM say maybe he's missing the things up. Management is different from leadership. Manager. Different from leader.
Yeah.
You
can be a manager by
he is loved by the party. Bem said these few comments that delegates have about him, no. Irrespective of the outcome of November 4th, maybe I still think, and I've done this analysis before, say the most probable two are Bakubeti Miwini, or no, and a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Me of Akotone. Their chances are very, very minimal.
Yeah.
Whatever the outcome of November 4th will be, Biano, he should take interest in governance.
Okay.
Because private business is different from public business. Private leadership is different from public leadership. I remember, Ministry of Education, I just ended a conference with them. Some heads from NASIA curriculum, then for a workshop be a address you on management and leadership. The two are not the same.
Okay.
Sometimes you can be a very good manager,
but you may not be a bad leader.
And in public service, there is an inspiration called public service motivation. That is different from private. I think these are things that I think the life goes on after November 4th, so we can always discuss some of these things.
So the next thing Okoja Mai will project the next slide. Okay, we have visible leadership qualities.
So I think I have discussed this one already.
Okay,
people
find our leadership qualities
visible.
Okay,
you see, sometimes some of them are intrinsic, hidden in you. Human beings cannot see what is inside you, but from the surface of the pink sheet, and I said from the surface of which of these two
say we a good leader,
we better say we best, and that is what we see over there. The last slide, the non-policy factors, and I think that sometimes people play around things that does not matter.
Okay,
religion we have found does not matter.
Okay.
if anything, ethnicity we have found does not.
Okay, I might go there. Mm-hmm.
And then the one that matters, nipa track record, and as a past track record.
Okay.
And I've always insisted, say, party involvement, ni track recorder, and can be superb. Nobody can take it away from him. So we are so green now. Past records, and you'll be there. The delegates were sharing views as to what they are going to consider in making a decision on who their leader should be. Are they going to consider religion? Maybe a nipano, a small nipano, someone.
Oh, okay.
And the no is very high.
Religion or religion.
Na Brakofi. Why cry ni Christo ni?
Okay.
I think one day we must have this discussion. But we must dedicate.
Very important.
Are you telling me your class or Fiada and then your class or Mimenda and now say cry? They say Jwada to Jwada. So who is a Christian?
Yes.
It goes beyond the day you worship.
Yes, and that is true.
A lifestyle.
Yes.
One day we must answer that so that people understand what religion is.
Okay.
Christ say. No cry asum for no besom no hu ne no kware mu.
Yeah.
And not the dressing and going to church on a certain Sunday. JB apake and never go to car boot ya.
On any events.
Anyway. This was just non-policy factors that people were. So people who are doing a lot of politics on Adino, say more time. I got 4 days to election on more records with the party. That is touching hearts.
By records with the past record.
Yes,
they will check the past record.
Yes.
Hey. Then I think that Japan will chances.
Into Obian turn the past records more, and that is why there was a day I was so not happy. You see, people don't know the relationship between me and Ken and other people in this race.
Yeah.
But Empire me say open it second. Me say. Say be am penance but now see that who am I like
yeah.
What sometimes we do is to engage public discussion, tell power brokers what is right and what we think is not right.
Yeah.
There was a day he did a fantastic submission on a platform at Jubilee Park.
Yeah.
Now Edu baby no. Onu ankasa so ka Ken is very interesting. To the bina me chiafa China kufa do buafu. Ko jabe. What chiafa China near TC yi su na gbag. E ba ne sa na wa chichire na wa sansane. And some of these things I think after November 4 we can discuss, but all the 4 candidates are gentlemen. I can isolate Honorable Dr. Akoto Friye as the most gentleman. I mean,
not Adenimo.
In my Adenimo has not come. Adenimo has not gotten himself. You see, Ushata defeater. Now I'm a teacher. I think. Okay. I said that thing. Some. I said, I said, you know, JB open was. Sa no yeah, see nothing, touch nothing. Yeah, I mean, you should forgive me, but that's just my view about. He has not gotten himself involved in the game. If he be any no, said Oshata defeated, on me that is another side.
Okay.
But Kakra Omumi and Sana Kanadium Hujiji Muno, the one who frequently I mean did the clean campaign on the Chidi.
Okay. In terms of campaigning.
May I made a measure no the cleanest campaign. Near no the Chidi for a control in terms of attacking another Adi. And yesterday, I think I mentioned it elsewhere when I was profiling Ken that he was the most attacking. Or not in the Chidi4 were the most attacking. And I'm not doing this to anything. On the surface of the pink sheet, the one who did less attack. And for me, Miwosika and Nankamo capacity Nankameto Dr. Kutefri.
I see.
Yeah. He distinguished himself. Watch part in the Sebe, ni free. One day on your platform, I will discuss how Chiami Penny Akoto brokered a deal between SD Dombo, Northern People's Party, and Ononi Party. How they brokered the deal.
A doctor who is Sky Amaminam de Akoma.
And no some say now more Chessica.
Because the doctor had in wallet. So I thought doctor is giving out the
Nakami Fankoma, Dr. No, why are there?
Yes.
And I mean, Obiya ni Abonabaso.
Okay.
Echidifo no, any onua ni mu have distinguished themselves well. Honorable Ken, Miwosika, and Kameto Adiache, the coordinator for things like Gomwa East, so not a former member of parliament, as many involved. Involved Central region, Western region, man area to coordinate, but he is almost everywhere. He didn't know. He doesn't know. Me can't this for the first time. Mention his name for the first time. Some of them distinguished themselves. They helped. In the American say whatever the outcome of November 4th will be, they should let life go on.
Go on. Okay. Professor Smart Sarpong, I'm not telling you. But any question because I'm